Good morning and welcome back to the kitchen and for another apron strings recipe. I'm going to do something today that, oh my goodness, I've been hooked on this for 30 something years. I have a friend, Retha, and her mother made this recipe and I don't know where she got it, but I ate some at her house, and when I'd go over there, let me just tell you, I could get a spoon and eat a whole little 8-ounce jar right out of the jar. So I started making it, and I've been making it ever since. Now this year, we didn't have a harvest of tomatoes like we usually do. We had too much rain, and they steamed, and the ground was too wet to get in there and weed and work, so we didn't hardly get any tomatoes, just a few little knots to eat. But a store in town had their Roma tomatoes on 50 cents a pound. So I bought enough to make a batch of my salsa. It costs for a gallon of tomatoes, so I may have enough to do 2 batches. I'm going to see. That'll be fine with me if it is. I'm going to simply take the top off of these my Romas, and chop them. Because I'm going to do this with an immersion blender, instead of making it chunky, it's going to be just a sauce. So I'm not going to peel them. If I see any pieces of peeling in there that didn't completely grind up, I'll pick them out. But I'm not going to peel these today, but I normally will peel them. You use 30 jalapeno peppers, and you're going to seed all of them but 3. So I've got to go sit down and seed 27 jalapeno peppers and chop them. And 2 to 3 onions, and I'm going to use 2 white and 2 yellow today. And then I'm going to add about 6 or 8 big cloves of garlic, because I like a little bit of garlic in it, and I'm going to mince that with my garlic press. And then when you get it all mixed up, it has a little sugar, salt, and vinegar. You boil it for an hour, and then you jar it up. Now my method is this, and it has worked for Retha's mother, and it worked for Retha, and it's worked for me. You put it in your sterile jars into the pressure canner, and you bring the pressure up to 5 pounds for 5 minutes, and it puts a seal on those jars that last for several years. It's not an approved method. I don't even know that this recipe's ever been in a ball canning book, or that the government has ever looked at it, but it works for us. We've done it this way for years. Don't take my word for it. You do your research and you decide if you think this is safe for your family or not. I'm just sharing my method with you and my recipe. If you do try it and you're scared to do it this way, you can make a gallon of the salsa and just put it in a jar in your refrigerator, and I guarantee you'll eat it before it ruins. There's my onions and my peppers and my tomatoes, and I'm fixing to get over there and get myself busy seeding jalapenos. I wanted to show y'all my beautiful postcard I got from Germany from one of my viewers. I appreciate this card so much, Fiona. It made my day. I almost danced out of the post office. Thank you for watching, and thank you for liking the videos. And I'm just stuck with this accent. I've lived in Texas all my life. I hope you have a blessed day today, Fiona. I want to show y'all the easiest way, if you don't have one of these quarters, to do the peppers is to cut the end off and then cut it in half and in half again. And then you can just run your knife right under that pith and the seed and get it all out. Okay, y'all, I've got my peppers and my tomatoes and the onions in the pot, and I'm fixing to add in 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 1/4 tablespoons of salt, and I'm using, of course, the pink Himalayan salt, and 3/4 of a cup of white vinegar. And so I'll get that all cooking down, and I'll get the immersion blender in it when it gets broke down some, and it has to cook for 1 hour, and then I will bring you back and show you what it looks like and get ready to jar it up. Okay, y'all, I've got it all heating. I've stirred it up. When it cooks a little bit and gets some liquid in it, I'm going to put the immersion blender down in it and get it liquefied more, and then it has to simmer for an hour. It's just liquid. and I'm fixing to jar it up. So I will bring y'all over to the butcher block, let you watch me. Okay, y'all, I've got my filling station set up here, and we're ready to get going. That is so hot. Mercy, goodness. Needs a little bit more in it, I think. Okay, I'm going to wipe it with my vinegar to make sure I didn't get any tomato on it. Y'all, this stuff is good. I'm promising you I can just eat it with a spoon like a soup. This one's a little bit spicy. You never know with those jalapenos what you're getting. And I'm just partial to these wide mouth pints. That's my favorite. Okay, I've got 8 on the bottom and 6 on the top. I've got 14 pints, and I'm fixing to get the lid on and let it vent for 10 minutes. Then I'll bring it up to 5 pounds of pressure for 5 minutes. And call it tomato relish. Most people say salsa. It's 30 jalapenos, 3 whole, and the rest are seeded. 2 onions. I usually put 4 or 5 onions because I like more onion in mine. But the original recipe was for 2 onions. 1 gallon of chopped tomatoes. 3/4 of a cup of white vinegar. 2 1/4 tablespoons of salt. And 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now, if you're using pink Himalayan salt, cut your salt down to 2 tablespoons or even a snitch less. You can, if you're using the pink, at least only do 2 tablespoons. You're going to boil this for 1 hour, and then you're going to have your jars and your lids and your rings sterile, and fill your jars, pressure it. You let it vent for 10 minutes, then you put your weight on and build your pressure up to 5 pounds for 5 minutes. And then you turn the fire out and let your pressure die down. And those jars will have a seal on them that will last 3 or 4 years. I know, because like I told you, I just opened a jar from 2016. That's 3 years that they've kept, and it's like I just put it in there yesterday. So let this get finished, and when I bring the jars out and get them on the counter to cool, and I listen for them to sing that popping song, I'll let y'all know what's going on. Okay, that's the 6 on the top, and I'm going to continue to get the other 8 off of the bottom, and I'll show y'all over there on the cabinet what they all look like. Okay, there's my jars, and every one of them have sealed. I have 14 pints of salsa. That's a good feeling. I hope y'all will keep coming back and sharing the channel with other people and watching and learning and visiting with me. Get some food on your supper table. Try something different. And thank you, by the way, to every one of y'all that has tried recipes and have commented and let me know that your family liked them. That makes me feel good, because that's what it's all about. I want to share good cooking with y'all and let you make something different that you haven't made. And I like to try different stuff. So if you've got a good recipe, email it to me and I'll give you credit for it when I cook it. But be sure in the subject line to put apron strings where I'll know that it's something pertaining to the channel. Hope y'all have a blessed day. I hope you've started taking time every day with your family, giving them your attention, put all your devices off to the side and just share each other's life. That's really important. We've got to build a future, people. We want America to be the same that it was when we were growing up. And if we turn everybody into robots and all we know how to do is use a computer, then we're controlled by whoever's controlling the signals. Y'all need to stop and think about life and get back to some basics, and be sure that you can live and keep your sanity if there were no devices. And if we never build personal relationships and we don't talk to each other and our kids don't learn social skills, It's going to be a mess if anything ever happens to the Wi-Fi world. So get some food on the table. They'll smell it cooking and they'll come to the table joyfully. Give the good Lord thanks for your food and for His protection and letting you get to the table one more time. Say your prayers before you go to bed tonight. Come right back here to the kitchen tomorrow and we'll learn something else good. And the good Lord bless y'all.